Frazier Price was not in that race, which I'm sure made that race a little bit easier for you because it's not two juggernauts that you have to beat now. It's only one. It's only one that you could concentrate on. And you went out there and you ran the perfect race. I don't believe that you could have ran a better race. It's as if one commentator said that the only way that you were going to lose that race to anyone in that field was as if you tripped over your own shoelaces. When you came out of them blocks, the first thing came out of my mouth was, she gotta be doping. Yo, what is happening? This is Shia Yashub, and this is Mo Talk, and I'm sure by now everyone knows that our girl, my girl, Sha'Carri Richardson, she came away with the silver in the games in Paris. Let me start off by saying that was one hell of a race. I want to give all props to Julian Alford for running a hell of a race. You ran an impressive 10.72. St. Lucia, you have a lot to be proud of. This is a rising star that we have in front of us. But I'm sure for Sha'Carri that it's a little disappointing, but I got to tell you, and I know that you probably never see this video again, but somebody got to let her know that she has absolutely nothing to hold her head down for. Making it to the Olympics within itself is something that less than 1% of the population on Earth could do. And for you to go in there and compete and to walk away with a silver, that lessens that percent even more. So what you did in Paris, although you did not have the outcome that you went out there to do, you still did way more than the majority of the population of Earth could ever do. You are still a superstar, Sha'Carri. You have nothing to hold your head down for. You have nothing to feel bad about. You're still young. You're only 24. You'll be 28 come the Olympics next time. And they will be held here in America, where you will be able to have the support of your nation behind you. We don't want to shortchange Julian Alford whatsoever. Julian Alford, you did what you had to do. Shelly-Ann Frazier Price was not in that race, which I'm sure made that race a little bit easier for you because it's not two juggernauts that you have to beat now. It's only one. It's only one that you could concentrate on. And you went out there and you ran the perfect race. I don't believe that you could have ran a better race. It's as if one commentator said that the only way that you were going to lose that race to anyone in that field was as if you tripped over your own shoelaces. When you came out of them blocks, the first thing came out of my mouth was, she gotta be doping. And I'm not saying that she is. I am not, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what came out of my mouth. Because I've never seen anybody come out of blocks that fast, but she came out of them blocks with determination. She was determined to beat Sha'Carri, knowing that if I beat Sha'Carri, I beat everybody else. I don't have to worry about Shelly. She's not here. I just got one to beat, and I'm in front of everybody else. And that's how she came out of them blocks. So for that, I want to say you ran a hell of a race. St. Lucia, you have a lot to be proud of. This is a rising star that we're going to see a lot of in the future. But what is the games in Paris if there is not controversy? We had controversy with Coco Gauff. I'm sure y'all heard of it. She wasn't able to compete for the gold because of a bad call. She wanted it to be reviewed, but they wouldn't review it. The call was that it was out, which she pulled up on her swing, and it came back on her side of the court. Come to find out that it was not out, and she lost a point for that. That's garbage. That's bad. And I'm going to tell you why things like this is bad in the Olympics. These people have sacrificed so much just to get there. And for many of them, just getting there is not enough. Getting there and coming back with hardware is the goal. For an athlete to lose to somebody that is better than them is one thing, but to feel that it's been taken away from you by outside forces is a complete different. Coco Gauff, my heart goes out to you as well, because these are the type of things that keep you up at night. I've never played tennis, but I'm not no dummy either. And I'm more than sure that if I am playing tennis and I hear the umpire say out, I'm going to come up off of my swing and I'm not going to follow through all the way, which means that the ball just might not travel to the point that it would have traveled if I never heard anything. For you to come back and say that it wasn't out and I lose a point, which is going to keep me from competing for the gold. That's garbage. Something similar happened in track and field, women's 100 meter. Now, I don't want to get on here and say that the committee in the Olympics in Paris is cheating. We don't want to say that. We don't want to say that they're out for a certain group of people. We don't want to say that. But what we are going to say is that there are things that was done that was on the outside of the ramifications of competition that has caused individuals the best chance that they could have to win gold. It has been reported. And I want to say I apologize for not scratching out the user's name that posted this. It was shared with me. I should have crossed out the name, but anyway, I didn't. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. But it has been reported that due to last minute rule changes, let's just stop there. That's, in my opinion, that should have been a period. In my opinion, that shouldn't have even been allowed, honestly. You work too hard to get to this point. People don't just go and look at a list of names and be like, yeah, they run track. Okay, we're going to let them go to the Olympics. Yeah, we're going to let them go. No, you work. You sacrifice. Many of mornings waking up before the sun. Many of nights going to bed sore. You eat different when you are this type of an athlete because you treat your body like a temple. Because you got to keep it in tip-top form. There are certain things that you choose not to do because you got to stay focused on what it is that you're trying to do, on the goal that is ahead of you. And for you to get there, you're being derailed by last-minute rule changes. Last-minute rule changes in my mind means that whatever rule that was changed at the last minute meant that before that last minute, that was not a rule. And when you are an apex track star like Sha'Carri Richardson, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica, when you are an apex track star like them, everything is about routine. You wake up at the same time. You eat your breakfast at the same time. You tie your shoes the same exact way every time. You probably listen to the same song as you walking out of the house at the same time. Everything is about routine. So this last minute rule change, Sha'Carri Richardson and Shelly Ann Fraser Price, they were denied entry into the athletes' gate, forcing them to walk an hour to the main gate, and they missed warm-ups. Guess what else you do routinely? Your warm-ups. This should not have set well with whomever came up with this last minute rule change, because you are altering the routine of athletes that have come with the hopes of walking away with the gold. As many eyes that was there to see Sha'Carri Richardson, there were just that many eyes that was there to see Shelly Ann Fraser Price. And I noticed when they ran that she was not there, but the commentator said it was because of an injury that came upon her at the last minute. So she decided not to run. But people wanted to see that race. People wanted to see Sha'Carri Richardson, Shelly Ann Price. I can guarantee you, not saying that Sha'Carri would have won, but I can guarantee you with a Shelly Ann Price and a Sha'Carri Richardson, a Julian Alford, that would have been a much closer race than what it was. They had to walk an hour and they missed the warm-up. So Shelly Ann, she decided to pull out because she didn't think that she would perform well. I tell you guys all the time that being an athlete is more mental than it is physical. And especially when it's you against the field. You don't have a team to pull you through when you run in track. It's just you and the field. You are all you got. And now you have broken my routine. I got to walk an hour and I missed the warm-ups before the biggest race of my life at this particular time. I can understand now why Sha'Carri probably came out of the blocks the way that she did. We knew that Julian Alford was going to be special when she ran her preliminary rounds. Sha'Carri ran with it in. She got out in front of Sha'Carri. But we saw Sha'Carri about to put the gas on and go catch her. But then she thought to herself, I just need to qualify, okay? So she got up off of it a little bit more and she qualified and she got into it. She knew that the girl was fast. She knew that the girl was strong. I want to say thank you, Sha'Carri, for understanding that people tuned in to see you race, even when you really didn't have to after this, if this is true. We're going to say if this is true. I don't know if it's true, but if this is true, it was big of you to decide to still step out there and run. Look, you young. You're only going to be 28 when these Olympics roll around again. You have absolutely nothing to hold your head down for. Absolutely nothing. You ran a hell of a race. You gave a hell of a performance. You had a whole city that was behind you, the 214. We was behind you. Come back and show us that you still in this thing. Julian Alford, you ran an exceptional race. You run with what's before you. You played a hand that you was dealt. This is not a pity party for Sha'Carri Richardson by no means. I'm not even giving her any excuses. But if this is true, what was reported out of Paris, that does affect those athletes. And for her to still line up and to run the race that she did, we should take our hats off to her, because I'm sure that if she had to walk an hour and she missed warm-ups, I'm sure as she was getting into those blocks because of routine, this was going on in her head. And when the gun sounded, Julian Alford already had her up on her. Boom, she was out of there. I just got to be one, because the other didn't come. And she poured it on, and she walked away with the gold. And you deserve it, because you did what you were supposed to do. Sha'Carri Richardson, we love you here in Dallas. We can't wait to see you do it again in 4 more years. Keep your head up. And whatever is going on in them Olympic Games over there in Paris, y'all should be for real ashamed of yourselves, because you are affecting the outcome of athletes who have worked their asses off to get there. If they lose, they lose. But ambient noise on the outside should not be allowed. Last minute rule changes should not be allowed. This is Sha'Carri, Yashub, Judah. This has been Mo Talk. Y'all get at me. Let me know what y'all think about this one.